Hello everyone and welcome back to Better Than Wolves. So, today we are changing gears entirely from the construction project. Because I'm not the kind of person who is very good at focusing on one thing, as you may have noticed around this place. But now that we have access to all the materials and all the goodies, I really want to sort of get going. As you can see, I spent a bit more time on this. I'm still waiting. It's actually very shortly after the last episode. I'm just feeling kind of like getting sort of a look at a whole bunch of different projects tonight. So I ran out of glass, which is the only reason this isn't finished, or a little further along the way. But today, we're doing something with the mob system. And specifically, I'm going to examine a very large problem which is developing. Right there. We're developing a XP problem. Oh, I should go check that one. Maybe I finally got a spider out of it. Now, I have gotten XP from it before, and it's turned out to be 100% from squid drops, so I'm not holding my breath. Nothing new. I'm thinking that this is not doing what it's supposed to do in there, which is really frustrating me. Anyways, that's a tough story for another day. If any of you know how those stupid poisonous spiders spawn, I'd love to hear from you, but I haven't been able to deduce. My deduction is not matching. So, yeah, anyways, as you can see, we have XP in volume coming through here. This is going to be a noisy episode. Actually, I'm going to turn the volume down just a little here. I've been working a little off camera. I did some work on this. It's time to build a XP storage system. And the big job for that is, how are we going to power this thing? Because it's going to take axles. We have to power part of it from one side and part of it from the other. And yeah, it's going to get complicated. And of course, we have the restrictions where we can't have anything within this inner ring or on the outer ring. There can't be any axles. So we can make a few deductions based on this knowledge. We know that we probably have a gearbox here, which will power, and this is the part where it gets really complicated, is how do I power? Because these are going to be rows of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the maximum flow we can get out of these. So we somehow need a pattern that will power, and I think this is going to get really crazy really fast. Just a hunch. So what we need to do is we need to work with, there's two basically angles we have to work on. We have to work around this loop, and we have to work around this loop in such a way that we can power. Well, it's not going to be an issue powering the ones the next floor down. Those are going to come pretty easy. It's going to be the ones on this next row. So let's see. So if we put this, let's say this is our starting spot, and we want to power this one, and this one. So then, yeah, you see, we've got a problem. I'm not sure 7's going to work for this reason. So yeah, this is going to be an XP storage system. That much you guys probably have already deduced. So that is not going to work the way I would have liked. Let's try and look at the outside first. See if we do this one, this one, this one. That's 3. And then we need to power 2 from here. We need to power this one, and whoops, did I go too far? I did. Not that way. It's got to be this way. 2, 3, and 4. So we'll power the 4 on the outside, except that this one gets too close to the edge to do. So we need to, so that's not going to work either. So let's go with this one. I'll rotate these later. this one, and this one from the outside. These two, yeah, I think this will work a little better. This one and this one from the inside. And then this one, it's going to require, so let's see, so we've powered everything. That's 5 of them powered. And we could either do, let's see, we'll check our 2 options here. We can power it that way. And this one, the only way we can power it is this way. So it's got to be there and there. So now let's get some axles in place here and see how much it's going to interfere as we go up layer by layer. So that's one. Powers there, powers there. And the idea is this thing loops around on itself so that when we power it up, the XP drops into the slots below, basically into the next layer of these. Okay. So now that we've done that, we need to go, okay, so U, 2, 3, and 4. So that's the equivalent right there. So we put axles there, 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 there. And then the inside ones are going to be, and this is where it gets complicated, but it's all about how we move the power vertically. Depending on how we move the power vertically, it's going to determine. So obviously, we cannot move the power vertically on this one because we're going to have this right here powering this one, and then this one and this one. This one right here, and this one right here. So there's those 3. Oops. All right, so and then that connects to that, that connects to that. See, this is where it's going to be very necessary very soon to go and build a gold farm, because this is going to be an insane quantity of resources to operate. Absolutely lunatic quantities of resources to make this thing go. So now then, yeah, so we're gonna move power vertically on this center one on each level. Yes, that's going to work. And then that goes there, and that goes to there. Now all we have to do, see, the power is going to come into the system at a single location. And I think we're going to steal it from this. Hopefully this doesn't have water up. It does, dang it. Well, I guess we're just going to have to go like that. Is that in line with anything? No, it's not. So that is going to be a minor point of aggravation right there. So the hardest ones to power are going to be the first ones in this uppermost loop here. Oh, we don't actually need that one. Okay, here we go. We'll go like that, drop that in like that. That goes, whoops, there. And then we'll get rid of this funky water block that's just formed. And hopefully we have enough room to make this happen the way I think it's going to work. That goes there. That goes there. That's going to shut that water off. Yeah, you see, I was thinking about how we're going to make space to build this thing here. It's a big puzzle, is what it is. All right, so let's see. The question is, now that I know what I know about how these are going to get powered, which ones? It's going to be the, let's see, powered from the inside. This is the bottom one in the row. The top one in the row, which is that one right there, is actually powered from the back. Let's see, the powered from the inside ones are the last one. So this one, and this one are powered from the inside. But of course, these ones actually are an exception to the rule because of this. Because this is where we're actually taking the power out. So we can go this way, this way and this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now then, let's see. So we can rejigger the design right here and take that out right there. And that means we can put a gearbox right there. It's just the beginnings. And then this, okay, so items are dropping there, so we're kind of limited on that front. And then we have to go here. 4, 5. Oh, this one's not powered. There we go. Rotate, rotate. I'll throw a gearbox on there. There we are. There we are. And then this goes here. And then we rotate it so it's actually the right way. That goes there. That goes there. And then, so our system power will be brought up to shut this thing down, because we only want to be turning this on when we call it. It's actually going to be this one. That's good. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a problem if it's that one. A minor problem we have hit. This place is so crowded sometimes. It's hilarious. Yeah, let's see. Can we power... Well, the outside one's actually going to come in. It's going to be weird. Haven't figured that out yet. But this is going to go. All of this can go. So maybe we'll figure that out later. Maybe we just leave those without... Well, for now, its shutdown is right here. Until we figure out the rest of this. Alright, so then this... Let's see, now we need to bring... Actually, if we bring it one further, do the full 3-block extension on this one here, then we will have an alignment that would allow us to... That can go there. That one can go there. We're actually already almost out of axles. Isn't that insane? Okay. So then that can be used to... We power this 1, 2, and throw an axle in. This is prototyping, you see. We're doing... This is the axle puzzle. So now we need to get power to each of these vertical groupings here. And see, this loop across the top is where that's probably going to happen. So let's see, so we need to figure out, let's see, so if power's coming up, we've got, let's see which ones. One, this one is going to be that one. So if we go across, now then, how are we going to... See, connecting each of these up is going to be a bit of a pain, and it has to be done up here with a really messy batch of design. But I can at least take these out. I think I've almost got this. It's just a case of integrating the 4 clusters of hoppers, because this is the one that's going to be affecting vertically downwards here. This one's going to be vertically downwards here. We'll just retrieve a few spare. No, we'll be fine. It's going to be quite a mess when it's ready, isn't it? And then the one that's going to go down here is this one right here. Yeah. We'll figure that out a little later, but suffice to say, we are almost out of axles, and that is annoying. So we are going to retrieve, see, these ones can be reoriented here. There we are. And we'll retrieve all the axles here for the purposes of design and planning, because most of these aren't necessary yet, other than determining exactly where power is going to come in. And actually, I have an interesting thought with the way this part is oriented. Oh, first things first, though. We need to make sure we account for one missing detail. That this has to be a sluice, not just a... And the sluice will eventually be covered... The lower parts of the sluice will be covered 2 floors thick, not just 1. Oh, that's going to be a problem. That could be a significant problem right there. Shoot. I hadn't thought of this. How are we going to fix that? By completely redesigning this? Quite possibly. Because that's going to leak at every turn. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Let's see. Yeah, give me a minute here to examine a couple alternatives, and I will be right back, okay? I gotta do some thinking off screen here. Okay, I think we're gonna deal with it. It'll do. I think it'll cause us some grief, but I think it's grief that we're gonna have to work with. I don't think we will lose huge quantities of XP out of that setup, and maybe that's where the dragon... Because this is eventually all going to lead down into a set of dragon. The bottom part is going to be dragon. I mean, yeah. See, the other possibility I was contemplating was actually having... We could replace these hoppers here with the dragon urns. Or hawk cauldrons. And... yeah, so that's going to be one... Let's see, how did that work? Right there. So we only have to do these ones. I think it'll work okay. It's going to be a bit of a problem, but I think not a humongous problem. And then, oh, we need to do this one. Just go under here. Boom. This is going to get really complicated really fast. Alright, and then we need to get a bit of dirt out of some of these so that we have enough to finish the job. Okay. Like I say, prototyping here. So that's going to come from there. That's actually a work in progress. All right, and boom. Actually, if we do that, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we actually do put one right there on either side, I think that will actually keep things a little more stable. We do that. That and that. I think that's going to generally work a little better. Because then it has fewer places to go. Okay, and then this one right here, like so. Torch can go, be relocated. The only thing I haven't figured out, I'm just doing this as sort of a brain reset on exactly what I'm going to do about this other issue. Okay, I'm gonna leave that the way it is. How are we gonna get in there? I'm not sure how we're gonna get into that one. Okay, we will have to make a hole up here and down here. There we go. That right there. I don't think it'll be necessary, but let's not be, don't be hasty. And then there's a axle there and a gearbox there. Okay. So let's see. So the ones that we have powered, we have this uppermost row powered. So none of these 4 columns actually align with each other ever. So that's going to leave us in a very interesting position. Where, okay, so I think these upper ones, okay, what we can do, I got an idea. Because this uppermost portion has to follow different rules. I think this is what's going to work, is if we bring this here out by 2, and then we'll bring this one up and across right here. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that might not even be necessary there. Not even there. We'll go right here. And then this one goes right here. And that powers up that row. And then to power this row right here, the outer side here, we can take this same gearbox right here, bring that up here. Excellent. And that will take care of that right there, which will power, hold on, wait, hold on, that's not actually necessary. Never mind. I just forgot what I'm powering, what these power. That one we'll figure out in a minute. So this, no, this is under control. It's this one that's not under control, and I think I know how I'm going to fix that. Okay. So we've got rows 1 and rows 3. We know rows 2 and 4 need to be brought into the system now. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take this one over here. This one is going to go up here. We're going to go up. No. Because there's not going to be another gearbox right there. And that one's going to be in the way. So no, this is the place. Yeah. Maybe not. Hold on a second. So it has to go up. There's no choice in that matter because of the nature of the space we're trying to build in. But I think what we're going to do, I have an idea, and it involves those right there. Because somehow this has to get powered as well, and so do these. So right around here we need to power it from here to, whoops, unnecessary extra. And then we go, yeah, 1, 2. 1, except we're not going to use axles for this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So that goes to there. Is that the right pattern? Yes. A 1 gap space between that and the next one. This is a puzzle. It's a puzzle. So let's see which clusters. This row is powered. This row is not as of yet. What do we have where an inner row aligns with an outer row somehow? Anything? The power, hold on. Yeah, right, that's powered from that one. If I brought this, let's see if we go up 1, over 1. Actually, there might be a spot that this will work. There's a spot where this will work very well. Over 1 here, 1, 2. And then, of course, we go here. Or here. Let's see, which way do we want? We'll go the shorter distance. 2. I don't know, is this the best route? I don't know. 3, 1. Now we just have to figure out how to power this. I definitely don't think this is the right way to do it. So let's accept that that could also be, oh no, hold on, I might be onto something here. I might be onto something. I have an idea. Let's use dirt as our sort of planning block. Because if I take this up here, assume this is a power setup. We can bring that one down to here, which is one we're having a little trouble powering. We can also because it actually aligns with, come on, get out of my way. Let's just throw the dirt in there. We can go 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do, because then that becomes power for that outer row there, which goes right there. Okay. So that takes care of that. Now we have power being transmitted this far. This one's going to be a pain. We'll deal with it later. Because once these are in place, then it's just dropping the axles down to the next floor below. So I think what we need to do, because this one, I think what we need to do is just a classic up. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. Up, over, and down. So that one goes here like this. And here like this. Yeah, and then we just daisy chain the whole vertical, the whole loop together like so. And then this one orients there. There, there, there. Looking good. And then what we can do instead there, okay, so we can still make this more efficient. I've got, things are starting to come together here a little. As we get rid of this, because this is actually not as efficient as it could be. Not if I do this, not if I play my cards right, and I think I can play my cards right here. Because at the cost of 2 extra axles, we can do that there, which axles are cheap, gearboxes are not, and that there. And then we do this here. XP farms are very expensive in case you hadn't noticed. And then that goes like that. Aha! Aha! Alright, give me a couple minutes. Never mind, you know what? I'm just going to go grab some axles. Give me a second. Alrighty, here we go. So it's fairly apparent to me that we're going to have to recover some of these gearboxes in particular for building our nether farm. Simply because we're going to need the nether farm to actually get the next sort of tier resources. Like the nether farm will be needed to get gold sort of out of the mining realm and into the, come on, you know, let's get this a slightly easier way. Gonna set that up over by the whatchamacallit, mob system. Alright, so that takes care of this layer, and then we can do the same transition more or less to the next row there. So what we're missing is, let's see, what rows are not, what's not powered yet? It's, okay, so that central system there is powered. This one is powered. So this right here is not powered. So how do we get this out of here? And there's only so many routes we can take to get this one out. And I think it's going to be unavoidably there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 over there. 1 there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do it. Then we do 1 here and 1 here. That should do. So those will be gearboxes. We'll use cobble to represent gearboxes here to a certain extent. Okay, then that one is running. The top layer is running. This middle layer will be running once those are hooked up. And then the next layer would be right here, and it will be powered by bringing the central, it'll be there, there. It'll be this one, which will have to come down 3 like so. And then this one under here, like so. And that is how power will be brought down floor by floor. It'll be 3 and then the next system. So it works out pretty, mathematically it works out pretty nicely. There's a lot of good fortune there. That's a lot of XP waiting to come visit me, isn't it? Alright, so this will all be powered here. Yeah, we'll just throw some in. So the only thing that I haven't actually got power to yet is this one, right? This mess right here. And this mess I'm going to have to deal with once the system is in place. So this is it. This is the prototype XP storage system. So take it for what you will. It's a work in progress. But I think it's going to do the trick quite nicely. So, but of course, since I'm a little resource poor right now, I'm going to try and get gold farming organized slightly better. We also need a crap ton more soul sand than I currently have. Because, you know... By the way, if you want to load hoppers, this is the best way to do it in bulk. You make them into stacks of singletons, and then just shift-click them in. So it's shift and right-click to pop it in really quickly like that. And doom. I know we're not doing XP quite yet, but this is just sort of a preliminary setup. And then around the bottom row here, see if I don't split them up, they wind up doing that to me, and that's kind of annoying. 2, come on. Yeah, so if these are powered down, they will store XP for me. I can access these this way now. And this will work just fine. This is the only place where getting around is going to be a bit of a pain, because the rest of them, they'll be powered from the middle, from above, because these ones on the outside row will do the same thing. They'll be brought down at some corner. So there'll be 4 columns of power in the middle and 4 columns of power on the outside. And the whole system will take quite a bit of lag and effort to fire up. It's going to be quite the sight when it actually gets going. We'll steal this group's gearboxes too for working in the nether. Because yeah, it's time. I mean, I'm going to go do a bit of hunting and see how many pigmen I can get at some point. But I want you guys to let me know if you want to watch me try and hunt pigmen in the nether. I've got a system for it, but I don't know how exciting it'll be to watch. But if you're interested, let me know. I'd be quite happy to film it. if you're interested. But this, yes, this is it. This is what it'll look like. Still a little work to do here. We need to get power to this one. I think that one might be a dead hopper. I don't think I'm going to have any luck powering that one from here because that'll cut off my water here. So that's okay. So this one's dead, but the other two will work just fine. Part of my yawn. It's been a long day today. I had a nice big, but it was a nice day though. We had a visit with my family. Jane got to play with Grandpa. It was great. She had a great time. Very tired though. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. Glad she's happy. So I think that's all for now. This is, as I say, this was a prototyping session. This is going to be going as built, basically as designed, but it's just not going to get used quite yet. Because I need a few more resources before I'm really ready to use it as intended. Because this is a lot of gold right here. This represents a humongous quantity of gold. And while I still have some left, the other thing I have realized is I need an automated hemp farm ASAP, which is going to require some more automation and storage. I'm going to need an automated, well, wood is sort of under control, but the automated hemp farm is a big one. It's because there's a bloody lot of axles to make too. So I'm going to go back to doing a little construction here, and then I'm going to start thinking about how to get hemp automated, at least on a temporary basis, back at our old home. So thank you all very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribes, advice, suggestions, all appreciated. Criticism too. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.